Alright, today we're going to learn how to use LinuxCNC. So let's get started. First, let's click this desktop shortcut, launch SpectraLite. After this comes up, let's maximize it so we can see it better. Alright, when it starts, it'll load a skeleton code basically. So it'll just have the heading and the footing of your code file that you'll be using. So the first thing we need to do is we need to make a copy of this file so we can add our code to it. So to do that, come up here to File and Save Gcode As. When this pops up, let's select the current year. So we'll select this folder. Let's give it a name. So call it sample for today. We save it. Once that's saved, let's go open that file that we just created. So we'll hit open and we'll open up sample. Alright, so it loaded it. You can see the name up here changed to sample.ngc. So we're good to go. So let's start editing this file. So go up here and click edit. Edit will bring up the window with the code where you can actually type in and change some stuff. So I'm not going to teach you how to write the code. I'm just going to copy and paste some code I found earlier. So we wrote some code out. Now we want to see what it does. So let's save this by clicking save. And now let's close this window. Now, once we make a change, we need to refresh the program. So just hit this green icon here. And you can see the beginning of our design, or at least what I have started so far. Now, we want to verify it. So the first thing we have to do is make sure this button's pressed in. Alright, so now let's hit the play button right here, this blue arrow pointed to the right. And you can notice, as you notice, we just got an error in the bottom right hand of the screen. It says you can't run a program when not homed. Alright, so let's home the program. So to home the program, you come here and you hit home access. And you have to do this for each of the axes. And after we home it, you notice this icon appears by the axis that's been homed. So we got all of that done. So now let's try to run this program. Alright, so it's running. Alright, so there's a few things we can do while it's running. You can pause it if you want to stop it right where it's at. And to continue, just hit pause again. If you hit pause, this button right here will step through each line of code. It'll just run one line at a time, and then it'll stop. So it'll just run line 12. And then it'll pause again. So we'll unpause it. This red box is the stop button. It'll escape the execution of the program. So right now, right there, we won't be able to start it from where we're at right now. We'll have to start the program all the way over if we want to continue going. So this part works. Let's add more to our design. So to add more, you just come back up to File and go back to Edit. It'll bring this window back up. And we can add some more code to it. Alright, so I copied and pasted some code here. so we can get a different view. So we'll save this and close out of it. So now let's try that again. So we gotta come back and hit the reload button. Alright, now you can see the whole picture is there. So to begin, let's hit play again, see if it works. So it appears to be working fine so far. This red dotted box around the drawing is the limits of the machine. So if your limits are outside, or if your drawing's outside of this box, you will get errors because it's too big to cut out on the machine. So that's just something to watch out for. Alright, let's stop this for now. And if we want to clear all the lines that we've drawn here from the simulating the program, we can come up here and click this paintbrush, and then it'll reset everything. Alright, so let's close out of the program. So now, if you're coming back into the program after you've already started writing some G code and you want to continue where you left off, well, we'll show you an example how to do that now. So we'll go back and launch Spectralite Mill. And once this opens, make a full screen again. We'll come here and we'll hit File, and then we can come over to Open. And now let's go find that file we created earlier. Alright, so now you can edit the file the same way that you did before and make your changes.